Sent from Disneyland, history in our hand. So much to say about yesterday and the decades we have spanned. Postcards from the park, this journey will embark. See what has changed and what remains on Sent from Disneyland. Sent from Disneyland.
Welcome to the Sent from Disneyland podcast.
Here age relives fond memories of the past.
If it's your first time joining us, welcome. On this podcast, we'll take a journey into the past and explore Disneyland, Disneyland history, and more, with mementos, snapshots, souvenirs, and postcards sent from Disneyland, from 1955 to the present. Let's start by thanking my patrons from patreon.com. You can join in at any level to support the show and receive snail mail from my trips to Disneyland and from my desk, plus some sneak peeks and bonus content. Special thanks to Random Olive, the first patron to this podcast, and to the rest of the e-ticket patrons, Tania, Eric Daniels, Monica Seitz Vega, Scott Cagle, Russ Romano, Michael and Christina Cross, Angela Reynolds, Greg Gorley, and Sheila Harry. C-ticket patrons Serious Inquiries Only, Debbie Weinstein, Jennifer Schneep, Grace Coate, and Ben and Noel Bruning, B-ticket patron Joshua Bell, and to the A-ticket patrons Elise Sharp, Zealot Infinity, Alexis Robles, Angel DeBlock, Daps Magic, and the Beyond the Railroad podcast. I am your host, your post-host Clocky, and today we have 2 postcards sent from Disneyland. The front of our first postcard has 2 hippos charging towards a Jungle Cruise boat. In the boat, you can see a skipper wearing a red shirt and firing a gun to protect the guests on board. On the back it reads, Jungle Cruise. Adventure lurks at every bend in the winding rivers as guests enjoy an explorer's boat cruise, which carries them away from civilization and on an exciting trip down the mysterious jungle rivers in Disneyland's Adventureland. It's postmarked August 3rd, 1975, with the U.S. Postal Service cancel, and at 10 cents, we hold these truths, Jefferson Memorial postage stamp, Scott number 1510. I assume they visited the park on Saturday, August 2nd, 1975, when park hours were from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. The weather was a high of 79 and a low of 60. It's addressed to Mrs. C. Vermeulen of Portland, Oregon. It reads, Dear Bev, is this the ride you wanted me to go on? If it was or wasn't, I went on it anyway. It was really fun. So were the other rides. I bought a ring for me, and it says love on it. It's really pretty. How have you and Don D been doing? Good, I hope. Well, talk to you later. With love, Lisa. Since this episode is being posted on the semi-quincentennial, I thought it would be fun to look back at Disneyland's Bicentennial Maps. I have 3 in my collection that highlights Disney's America on Parade theme that started in 1975 and lasted through 1976. The first map is from the summer of 75, and in the upper left-hand corner it has a logo for Disneyland's 20th anniversary. A black logo of Sleeping Beauty Castle with stars around it, and circling the castle it reads, 20 years of happiness, come live it again. On the cover of the map is one of the main images used on many products, from merchandise to matchbooks to park decorations, with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy recreating the Spirit of 76, also known as Yankee Doodle Dandy, an art piece by Archibald William from 1875. The image has Mickey holding a flag, Goofy drumming with spoons and an upside-down metal pot, and Donald with his head bandaged playing a fife. All 3 are in colonial-style clothes. Underneath them is a banner reading America on Parade, and a salute, a celebration written under the banner. Most of the maps from the 70s had a photo image on the front. The exceptions would be for special events where they'd use concept art or other art if photos weren't available. So for the second map in my collection, from the fall-winter 75-76, has the actual parade float with Mickey, Goofy, and Donald. The parade float was known as the Spirit of 76 float, and led the parade. With the parade having been performed daily, an image of the float, starting its way down Main Street from the hub, with the Matterhorn in the background, was available. The third map's cover is in a similar location, with the Matterhorn in the background, but has the transportation float with a biplane, spaceship, and steam locomotive engine. I mentioned on today's Photonix that this float was interesting because the train engine float was on one side, so guests on the opposite side would only see the silhouette of the train and not the green and blue stylized cutout. This map is from 50 years ago, the summer of 1976. The three maps are similar on the inside, as not much change in the park between the summer of 75 and the summer of 76. Add some flair to your mail by checking out stamps at Enfield Post. You can explore different stamp options on our Etsy site, grab some great deals by following the EP Sunday Sales on Instagram, or create something special and have her design a stamp array for your invitation or celebration. You can head over to enfieldpost.com and explore all the different vintage postage stamps you can use on your next card or letter. That's ENFIELDPOST on Instagram and enfieldpost.com for your wedding and vintage postage needs. Enfield Post is the official postage stamp sponsor of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. The front of our next postcard has 5 brontosauri in the swamps of the Primeval World. On the back it reads, Primeval World. Ponderous brontosauri wallow in the tangled swamps of Primeval World as the Santa Fe and Disneyland Railroad plunges 150 million years back through a magic tunnel of time. It's postmarked August 17, 1976, with a San Diego cancel and a 9-cent Right of People Peaceably to Assemble Capitol Dome postage stamp, Scott number 1591. I assume they visit the park on Sunday, August 15, 1976, when park hours were from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. The weather was a high of 76 and a low of 62. It's addressed to Mr. S.A. Popple of Fargo, North Dakota. It reads, Dad, Steve and I finally made it through Las Vegas Thursday night and Los Angeles Friday. We stayed in LA until Sunday, sightseeing, and left Sunday night for San Diego right after we went to Disneyland. Now we're at Jesse's, and probably be going to Mexico in a couple of days. M. The other noticeable difference is on the back of the map, which were used for advertising. All the maps were promoting movies debuting or being re-released to theaters. In the summer of 1975, we had Bambi being re-released and 2 new movies. One of Our Dinosaurs is Missing, with Peter Ustinov and Helen Hayes, and The Apple Dumpling Game with Bill Bixby, Susan Clark, and the new comedy team of Don Knotts and Tim Conway. These movies are listed with the tagline of 3 You Gotta See This Summer. For the fall-winter 75-76, Snow White was being re-released for Christmas, and it has the tagline of Make Your Holiday Season the Merriest. Finally, the summer of 1976 map had a tagline of Disney Star-Spangled Movie Summer, with the re-release of Peter Pan, a Disney cartoon classic, Gus, starring Ed Asner, Don Knotts, Gary Grimes, and Tim Conway, a winning Disney comedy, and The Treasure of Matacumbe, a new Disney adventure with Robert Foxworth, Joan Hackett, Peter Ustinov, and Vic Morrow. I checked Disney Plus, and all the movies are available for streaming, except one, and that was One of Our Dinosaurs is Missing. One of the other differences between the 3 maps is just inside the last page of the booklet. Page 28 on all the maps had a different photo on the top half of the listed nighttime shows or entertainment, going from the Tomorrowland stage to the Christmas trees and Sleeping Beauty Castle, and finally an image of America on Parade. The parade is listed in the entertainment section twice, once for the daytime entertainment and once for the nighttime entertainment. Since during the summer and selected times during holiday weekends in the fall and winter, the parade would be performed at 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. Another change I noticed was the rise in ticket prices. C coupons went from 40 cents to 50 cents, and D and E coupons went up a nickel each in 1976, 75 cents and 90 cents respectively. A and B coupons remained the same at 10 cents and a quarter respectively. The guided tours were also raised 50 cents to $8 for adults and $5 for children under 12. My incoming postcard is sponsored by the Art Throwdown. Art Throwdown, or ATD, is a craft hour on Instagram starting at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 Pacific. Art Throwdown is a wonderful community of artists who love to share their craft, from creating sticker postcards and coloring techniques to intricate paper cutting and unique crafting. It's always a treat to watch a show and occasionally get some one-of-a-kind postcards from the group. Each host brings something a little different to each show. I'll list some of the regular hosts, or you can follow Russ Romano 2021 on Instagram. The front of my incoming postcard has a drawing of flowers and some foliage. On the bottom it reads, Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, Anaheim, California. It's postmarked June 23, 2026, with a Santa Ana cancel and a 61-cent U.S. postage Pitney Bowes printed postage stamp. It reads, "Hello. Thought it might be fun to get one of these back. Do you often get mail from Disneyland? Crowds were okay today. It's nice just getting to walk a lot. Take care, Parker, at Dear Pen Pal." Thank you so much for the postcard, Parker. To get to your first question, I do get mail ever so often from the Disney parks. In fact, last week, I got a postcard from my friend Kayla and another postcard from an Art Throwdown friend, Trichet. It's always fun to get a little bit of magic mail in my mailbox as well. It was neat to see the red Disneyland Resort rubber stamp that you got from either City Hall at Main Street or Chamber of Commerce over in DCA. I hope you had a good trip. I'm enjoying listening to the Dear Pen Pal podcast. Since I'm plugging podcasts, be sure to listen to this week's Photo Nix, as it will be a good companion for today's episode. Thanks for listening to Sent from Disneyland. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and tell your friends. It would also help to leave a 5-star rating and comment on whatever podcast platform you use. If you'd like to support the show financially, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/sentfromdisneyland. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Sent from Disneyland, or my website, sentfromdisneyland.com. For questions and comments, send me a postcard addressed to Sent from Disneyland, P.O. Box 44, Hood, California, 95639. This podcast is not affiliated with Disney, the United States Postal Service, or any post office or Disney-related properties. Opinions expressed on this podcast belong to the host and guests of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. This podcast is produced and edited by Clocky McDowell, website designed by Misty McDowell, theme song was written and performed by Noah Sunday Lefkowitz. Take it away, Noah.